Hi, welcome to my race report for the first race of the 116 Trophy season, and we're at Brands Hatch Indy and you're watching my fastest qualifying lap. Now, qualifying was pretty disastrous for everyone because during the 25 minutes we had there were 2 red flags and 3 safety car periods, and some drivers didn't get any flying laps in at all. I'm on cold tyres here, and this was intended to be my sort of out lap, and I was going to push on the next one. But unfortunately, as we'll see in a second, this turned out to be my qualification lap. So I'd got a fairly good gap here, and my intention was just to overtake this car in front and then go for it on the next lap. So you can see I'm approaching fast enough to do that, but as we get up here, you'll quickly see, if you look at the board on the left hand side, you'll see it starts flashing yellow, and now we're straight into a safety car. So I did a 102.14. Earlier in the week I'd done a 60.25 seconds, so that's 62.14, so I'm about 1.5 seconds down from where I should be, if not more. Now my intended fast lap probably wouldn't have worked out too well as it turned out, because I don't know whether you can hear it on the soundtrack, but the car is misfiring really badly, and it was as simple as one of the connectors had come off of the number 1 coil pack, and all they did was pushed it back on and locked it in place. I asked if I hadn't locked it in place, and they said it looked as though it was locked, but I think with these you've got to be really careful and make sure that those connectors into the coil packs are really fitted in snugly, and they're in there for good. The great thing about having 4040 support me is they fixed the problem really quickly. It was less than a minute easily. And so had we not have all got this red flag at this point, and if I had have had to come in and get this repair done, I still would have had time to get out and do more laps. Okay, for those of you who aren't familiar with this race format, it's a 90 minutes endurance race with 2 compulsory pit stops of 1 minute each. So you've got to be stationary for 60 seconds. So we're on the first of 2 green flag laps here. I came away from this meeting feeling very frustrated, and then I got home and I was really angry with myself, but now I'm sort of being a bit more philosophical, so I'm going to present it in a way that I hope is more positive, because you've heard me whinge before and I don't want to do that again. All my own doing, I have to add. I'm not whinging about anybody else, it's frustration with myself. But we'll look at it and look at the opportunities that presented themselves that perhaps I didn't take, and also look at the areas where I really need to tighten up, and again, more opportunities to do better next time. Okay, let's skip ahead to the start of the race. I had Jaden on my radio again for this race, and he told me when the red lights had gone out. It can be tricky if you're a bit further back in the pack, because they go out before you actually come round and you can see the board, but I've done okay here. But watch James here. James Paul, he told me he made 6 or 7 places. I've covered my starts in these videos over and over again. I still can make improvements, but I actually think I've figured out a way to improve things. I'm not going to tell you how, because somebody actually gave me the tip, and and it wouldn't be fair on him, but I think I can do a lot better than I've done here, and there are some people who have gone past who are to be expected. So I think the last person who went past was in fact Nigel Greensaw, who's there on the left hand side. I think that's it. Yes, it is. Okay, so he's gone past, but you can see this car that's just going past me now, or coming up alongside me. I should be able to defend against some of these moves, and the trouble is I'm losing 6 places at the start, and then I've got to make them all up, you know. So down here at the bottom you can see I've added in Sam Holman. He's in the green car behind me. He added in, he submitted some video for me to watch that shows him coming up behind me and how he got past me, which is really useful. Now here I make an almighty mistake because I'm far too far to the right, and so this white car's gone through on me. And I know what I was thinking. I'd kept him behind me going round Druids, and I thought I was going to be able to go faster than him round Graham Hill and get a bigger gap. But it was just naive, because of course I opened up the entrance into Graham Hill and he just dived straight into it, which was, so there's an opportunity right there. I've got a few occasions where I don't defend properly into Graham Hill Bend, and that is definitely an opportunity. I did think I'd done the same with Sam, which we'll see in a second, but as Sam quite rightly pointed out to me, I couldn't have defended in that way against him because he'd already got the move done into Druids. So Sam said he was surprised I was so far to the right, and he's quite right. I was trying to cover off the inside line, but he did a great job around Druids, and you can see he's just staying on my rear wing, which means I've got nowhere to go. I can't turn across him, and so there you have it. He's got the job done. Sam he had a fantastic race. I mean, he came, let me have a look where he came. I think he came 7th. Yeah, 7th. I mean, he did a really good job, so all credit to him. But yeah, lesson to be learned there, I think. Shouldn't have moved over so far coming into Druids. If I had have left half a car width on to the right of me, okay, he might have tried it on the grass. I've seen people do it, but he probably wouldn't, and it would have made it a lot tougher for him going around Druids. So that was an opportunity missed right there. Now I'm doing Paddock Hill Bend here, I think, really well, and I noticed on some of the external shots, which we'll see later, I'm actually gaining on people or dropping the people behind me, so that's good. In general, my line round Druids is good. For some reason, I've got slower around Graham Hill Bend, this one. I was doing it really well. Last season I was doing it really well, but I don't know what I've done different, but it's not as good now, and I notice people gaining on me coming round there. And I finally think I've cracked clearways. So just going around it there and going across that apex, you see I'm dropping the car behind me. That has worked out really well for me. So I've got the speed. If you look at some of my lap times in clear air, the times are good. They're all sort of 60-second times. It's just my racecraft's not great, and defending and sorting out this business with the starts seems to be my Achilles heel at the moment. Okay, let's move on in the race to a point where I start overtaking people. Okay, we're coming up on Chris Godden here, and Chris was telling me he hasn't driven the car for 8 months, so just to jump into it, particularly after we'd had a really disastrous qualification, and he made a bit of a mistake there. You can see he's gone a bit wide, and that's given me the opportunity to get up the inside of him. Now what I need to do is make it stick going around Druids. Yeah, that looks okay. Yep. That's job done, so I'm back behind Sam Holman again. So let's wind forward again and see what happens next. Okay, so I did gap Chris a bit, but he starts to pull up again on me. He's really getting into the groove now by the looks of things, so you can see he's trying to take me around clearways, but I've got a good line, and that's worked out okay for me, and I've also got some speed coming out of there, so that's helped. Now Sam's going past someone up ahead of us. I don't know who it is, we'll have a look in a second. But that's worked out quite well. Yeah, it's car 22, which is Ryan Cafferty or Richard Roundell. I don't know them, I don't think, but they're going well. Let's wind forward and see if we can find some more action. Okay, so I've slowly been winding in car 22, but I need to get this done. Okay, alright, I don't need to get this done, he's gone into the pits. Huh. Okay, well that's one more further on, but that does mean that the pit window is open and I'm going to have to consider stopping myself. Okay, I'm out after my first pit stop. Uneventful, you know. And Chris, I'm assuming this is Chris again. Chris is up in front of me. See what happens. Oh yeah, I got lucky there, didn't I? So James has come out of the pits. James Paul, he's blocked Chris, and now he's got nowhere to go. So that gives me a route through. This car I think this is car 73, the blue one, and that is, no, it's not 73. What am I talking about? I think it's 27. Looking at the number back to front. And I think it's Ben Dobbs and Steve Lloyd, and I do think I raced against them last year, and I know they're fast. So look at the speed he's catching me there. Wow. Is that 27? Looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah, it is 27. Yeah, so I've come into the pits anyway there, but he was coming at me pretty fast, so he was going really well. Okay, so coming out of the pits, and James is following me, and this is Luke and AJ's car going past. Now that is a real shame that that happened, because for the rest of the race I was stuck behind that car. I mean, we were overtaking things here, there and everywhere, but I couldn't get past them, and every time I got close something would happen. We'd have a safety car, or one of the leaders would come through, and yeah, it didn't, I mean, the guy's got pace, whoever's driving it, so, you know, all credit to them, but yeah, it's a bit of a shame I came out after that car. James had followed me into the pits and has come out after me. Luckily I got my pit stop done as quickly as him, which is good because we both are on the same team, but we've got two different crews obviously. I'm a bit worried about my pit stops actually, because I've got you can't see it in this video, but I've now got a pit timer, that black computer in the middle of the screen there, you can see it there. You can't see what's on the screen because of some sort of polarizing effect of the filters or on the camera or something, but what I can do is I can switch it into a pit speed mode, and I was doing really well, you know, 47, 48 kph at least going down the pit lane, so I was pretty close to the limit, and yet my total pit times in both cases were 1 minute 34, and lots of people were doing 1:28s. I haven't got a clue what was going wrong. I mean, that's bizarre, and obviously that's 6 seconds per pit stop, that's 12-second difference, so it's massive. And if you think about it, I would have come out far enough in front of Luke and AJ's car here to maybe have kept ahead of them, so that's cost me a lot, so that's something we'll need to investigate. Anyway, this cat and mouse game goes on for a long time with me versus car 121. Whoever was driving, if it was you, Luke, or AJ, stick a comment down below. I'd be really interested to know which one of you is driving at this point. Just to know who I'm up against, you know. I tried quite a few places to try and get past this car. I'm going to try, I think in this one coming up, yeah, so I go wide into Paddock Hill Bend. I'm trying to get him to stay on the inside with the intention of me going wide and then cutting in and trying to beat him up into Druids, but you can see he's got loads of speed and he's just held it all the way round, so that didn't work. Now I was going to try and go under him there. It does mean you've got to try and go around the outside of Graham Hill Bend, which is not easy to say the least. But then I had a change of heart and tried to go on the inside of him at Graham Hill, but none of that worked. Yeah, so this is how it went. We got other cars muddled up in the fight, and then we'd get back together and we'd be trying, having a battle again. Good fun, great racing, and they always kept it really fair, so yeah, it's good stuff. Let's move on until we get some more action. Now I'm hoping for an opportunity here because there's another car in front of 121, and obviously that's going to slow him. He's got to get round that car. So let's see if we can do something about it. Yeah, that hasn't helped much, has it? If you watch the live stream, by the way, I think the director, if that's who chooses the camera shots, is in love with AJ's and Luke's car because it features nearly all the time. I don't know if it's just my imagination or the colour of the car, but yeah, it's in it a lot. So okay, this, I think, yes it is, it's Matt Tibbetts, isn't it? So I'm trying to go around the outside of him, which didn't work. I need to get this done. If I can get this done, I need to do it quickly. That's a good external shot, shows you the line I'm taking around Druids. Yeah, come on. Yeah, okay. It's all very well, but now car 121's got away from me again. And this is how it went on. He's got now. Let's move on. Okay, we're not much further on in the race and we're under safety car conditions, as you can see. I'm going to skip over this, but you can see this has enabled me to get right up behind car 121. The only thing I would say, as you'll see in my restarts, my mindset, and this is an opportunity, my mindset for the restarts is completely wrong. I've realised it, so this actually is another area of improvement, and I'll explain it in a second when the thing starts again. Okay, the safety car board is still flashing on the right, but I know it's gone in because my radio man told me it had gone in. So they've started racing. They start racing really quickly. The thing look, why have I let that gap? why have I let that gap be created? I should have been racing round clearways. All right, I couldn't have overtaken car 121, but what I should have done is I should have been right up alongside it, and that is a massive opportunity because I make the same mistake on a couple of other safety car restarts. Ooh, that was nicely fought back. That was good. Now, all we've got to do is hold on round Surtees. Wow, yeah, good stuff. Oh, just couldn't quite do it. That gives me an opportunity to get down the inside. All credit to him, he noticed I was there and didn't just whack into me, which I've had drivers do in the past. Okay, now I've got Dan Lavery's car right behind me. So Dan, I think at this point he's running first, because the car that's just going past the Udan car, yeah, that's, no, I didn't get past it, but I think the car behind that is Peter Keane and he's running second. Dan, I don't know Dan. I do know that he raced all of last season with the DTO team, and boy is he fast. Yeah, it's very impressive. So he's going great guns here. I'm trying to hold him off. I decided, I don't know, you'll see up here, I don't really, yeah, see I move across. Yeah, I sort of half-heartedly did it, and then I thought, oh, maybe I should just let him go through. Maybe I shouldn't, I don't know. Now I'm holding up Pete Keane. I'm sure he's happy about that. And again, I sort of stay to the left and just let him get on with it. I could have tried to keep them behind, but it doesn't really help me because it's going to slow me up, because the only way I'm going to be able to do that is to take suboptimal lines around all the corners, and I want to try and catch some of the others in front of me, so probably the best thing to do is just let them go through. During that sequence you might have noticed that car 121 went into the pit, so I never did get past it, but we'll move on and pick up with some more action. Okay, so first and second are now going past Melissa, and I think I'm going to try and dive down the inside, but that didn't quite work. And then, just like car 121, for ages I have a bit of a cat and mouse sort of battle with Melissa. She defends really well, and it's really tricky. I mean, she's fast anyway, but it's tricky to get past her. And I was trying all sorts of things, but let's see how it plays out. Okay, there's an opportunity. Do you know, I've completely forgotten I did this. I had another battle with her later, and she held me off for several laps, I'm sure. Yeah, so she's right alongside me. She's gone round the outside of Paddock Hill Bend, and now, as long as I do this bit okay, it should work. Yeah, okay. So that got that done. Now, the person I've got in my sights now is Connor Anderson, who he and I had a great battle at the very end of the race at Brands Hatch last year. If you've seen the video, you'll remember he hit one of the bollards that was full of water and it sprayed my car, and it got really frantic, which was great fun. He's up ahead, he's now driving a grey car. Yeah, I'll wind forward until we catch up with them. So there's a car between me and Connor. He's in the grey car just in front of this black car in front of me, but I've got a bigger problem coming up, because I'm fairly certain that it's now Theo Tiggett's driving car 73. Look at that! Wow, that approach speed. That was very late braking. No, that's not, is it? That's not a Tiggett's car. Oh, of course, it's James Waring. Of course it is. Blimey, how did he brake so late going into Graham Hill Bend. That was amazing. So he came 5th. I think actually on the road he came 3rd, but he had some penalties applied, so he's gone storming through. That's meant that I've ended up dropping back a bit on this car immediately in front, but we need to get on with this because Connor's up ahead and that's who I'm after. Okay, this is looking good. Yep. Alright, good stuff. It's quite good actually following James round, because for a while, and I pride myself in this, I was able to keep up with him, but obviously ultimately he ends up going faster than me, and you know, I think he's probably half a second faster than me in outright lap time, and has better racecraft, to be fair, so he sort of carved, like Dan Lavery and Pete Keane earlier, they just carve their way through the field. I don't know if it's because people move over for them, or if I think it's a bit of both. I think, like I did, I moved to the left, didn't I, and let them through. But if you follow them, you see that they just have this amazing ability to find gaps and just carve their way through the field. Now, I'll let you into a secret that was told to me. Connor, who's in the grey car, his dad told me actually this morning when I was editing this video, that Connor had got on the radio and said that Paul was closing on him and he needed a safety car. So it's all very well, I might be able to catch up with him, but getting past him is another matter. But let's see how this goes. I'll wind forward a bit. Okay, Connor gets his wish, we've got a safety car. So let's go forward to the point where we restart. Okie dokie, getting to the end of the safety car period. I think the safety car has gone in again, and I've left a gap that's too big again. Look at that. I should have been alongside James. What the hell am I doing? It's crazy. So that's, although you see people behind me have done the same thing, but that's no excuse. I mean, I've been racing for 3 years, for goodness sake. If I don't know this stuff by now, I should do. So this didn't last very long, because as you can see, we go round here and you don't see it, but behind, someone immediately goes straight into the gravel at Paddock Hill Bend, and we go straight into another safety car. I think that's right. Let's go follow this round. So James has gone past Connor. And yep, there you go. Waved yellows. Can't see a safety car board, but I'm fairly certain that we go straight into one. Yeah, hence the reason everybody's slowed. Yep. Okay, I'll wind forward again. Okay, this is definitely my worst safety car restart. So the board on the right just changes to green just as I come through here, and the flags are going in, and I've left a massive gap to Connor again. You know, opportunity right there. So I can't keep on about it, but you can see that, you know, there is something I can do about that. So now I'm what, 1, 2, 3, I'm about 3 seconds behind him, whereas I could be right up alongside him. And bearing in mind we're both going to be lapping about the same speed, it's going to take me quite a while to make up 3 seconds. So yeah, not great. Well, it's surprising I've made up a bit there, but you can see he's slightly faster than me on the exit because he takes a different line. Oh, I've washed out there, that's a mistake. I was getting quite a lot of understeer around Graham Hill Bend. I said earlier that I wasn't doing it as well as I'd done in the past. I'm not sure why, but I was definitely struggling a bit more around there. He's matching me for speed, isn't he? So I'm not making any headway on him at all. 160.6, that's a good time. In these sorts of conditions I could do 60 point, you know, I think I did a 60.45 or something. So I could do the times. It's just, I can, obviously when you've got people in front of you, you do tend to go, or they can hold you up, so you'll go a bit slower. But I've noticed a few things. Like, one thing is, when we come round here, if I've got a car in front of me, yeah, I did it then, I tend to lift. I worry that I'm going to run into the back of them, and Matt Highcott pointed this out to me last season that I was doing it, and I need to get out of that habit for a start. I mean, if he did suddenly stop, I could go around the outside of him. All right, I'd probably come off onto the grass, but you know, it's probably going to happen once in 20 races or something, and I'm sacrificing every single race, you know. Yeah, not good. Yeah, I'm all over him, but he's tricky. You can't get past him. He puts the car in all the right places. Yeah, I think maybe I lack imagination or something. I need to think about some more potential moves. It'll be interesting to see what this lap time is, because I suspect it's going to be slower. Oh, how on earth did that happen? Oh, I bet there's another safety car. Yeah, there is. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, now I made a terrible mistake there. And that's why I have to overtake Melissa again. The mistake I made was I eased up when the safety car thing came out. That meant Melissa came out in front of me, and now I've got that problem. I couldn't overtake Melissa because we were under yellow flags, and I might have just sneaked it. I'm not sure if she was completely past the end of the blend line, but it would have been risky. And now I've just created a problem for myself. So there's another thing to learn. And that's something someone pointed out to me in the qualification. I can't remember who it was, he was telling me that he'd got a good lap, although he knew the safety car was out, but as they came down the start-finish straight, the person in front of him slowed dramatically, and because the yellow flags were out, he couldn't overtake him. So it ruined his lap. So it might have been a decent lap, but yeah, so sort of yeah, don't slow until you absolutely have to. Okay, let's move on. Okay, we're coming to the end of the safety car period, and the gap's not as big to Melissa, but yeah, I could be closer, could be alongside her, as long as I don't get my front of my car in front of hers. And she's gone faster around there, so she's got away from me a bit. And I'm fairly certain, yeah, so all the flags are green, yeah, so we're racing again. You can't overtake until you cross the start-finish straight, sorry, the start-finish line, or the timing line. So now it's Ben. Yeah, Ben's alongside me, 666, and I think that's Theo Tibbets on the other side in 73, so I've managed to hold them off. Oh, Theo's gone through on Ben, probably because I held him up. But, you know, at this point I'm racing. I think, although they're just about to lap me, before they lap me we're on the same lap, so I'm not going to just give up at this point. I just need to, I could do without having more cars between me and Connor, so as long as it doesn't slow me up. I'm going to keep going. Okay. No, okay. I left that too late to defend against Theo. Yeah, okay. And now Ben's right behind me, and oh dear. Yeah, he did give me a wave. Ben and I used to race together. We're 40-40, so he's a nice guy. Really good. He's come on great guns. I mean, he was always fast, but I think he finished. He was placed third in this race, so you know, I think that might be his first podium. Okay, let's move on a bit. Okay, this is a couple of laps further on, and Ben's been trying to get past Melissa here. She's doing a great job of defending as usual, and I think Ben is getting a bit desperate. So he's going to try a tight line around Graham Hill. You can see his car squirming around a bit and he's lost some speed, which presents an opportunity to me. I know I probably shouldn't be overtaking the guy who's running fourth, but I've got to have a nibble at these things, and Ben's a good guy. He'll be okay. Actually, I have spoken to him since, and he's all right about it. So I had to go there, and unfortunately he then went wide again, and that allowed me through. And he stayed behind me, I think, for the rest of the race. Now, just to be clear, he's a lap up. He's still, I think he was about to lap me for the second time, so he's still, yeah, just looking at the sheet, yeah, he's one lap up, and actually he was a lap up on Theo Tibbets as well, so you know, he's right up the field. But yeah, maybe I should have. I said to him, I think perhaps I should have let him go about his business, but I couldn't resist. So so let's move on and see what we can find. Okay, I need to get past Melissa here. So there's another attempt at going down the inside, but yeah, it's not working. That's car 714, which is David Smith, Sheena Valentina and Charles Rainford. I don't think I know them, and they're going all right. They're going really well. I think they're quite new to the series, but yeah, it's good. I remember Jaden, my radio man, told me that I was racing them, and I was racing Melissa in front. So I'm not going to give in very easily to them. Yeah, this is working out not quite as I really want. So how comes I finished the race in front of 714 then? Because he's going to get past me, isn't he? Yeah. That's strange, unless they're a lap down. Yeah, I'd have to look back at the lap charts. Oh, they really are going well. Blimey. But let me have a look. Oh, they did finish ahead of Melissa. But, oh, they're a lap down. Okay, that's why. Okay, that makes sense. So, although he's got past me, he's a lap down, but I guess they've got a mix of driver abilities and if they're in the order in which they're listed on the classification sheet, that's Charles. Okay. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, okay, that's better. Yeah, I should be alright here as long as this is similar to the move I made before on Melissa, isn't it? Inside of Graham Hill Bend and then just hold out around Druids. Oh, not so simple. Ooh-wee. Alright, well, yeah. That's... yeah, that seems to have worked out. Do you know what, I think the synchronisation of the camera at the back has gone, hasn't it? Oh, no, it is right. That's about right, yeah. No, it's not. Okay, apologies for that. That camera, rear-facing camera, is not synced with the... it'll come back into sync in a minute. When the files roll over. I can't go back and do it because I've merged a load of video files together. It will take me ages. Yeah, unfortunately the rear-facing camera is running a bit behind, as you can see there. Yeah, let's not get caught up on that. Okay, so let's focus on what's in front of us. So we've now got the Barlow car and Connor, and I remember I have a long time trying to get past this car and I don't think I ever do. So I think this is car 55 with Lewis Charlton, and he's a lap down on me, but I don't know what happened because normally he would not be a lap down on me, so I guess he's had a tough race. Oh, okay, trying up the side. Yeah, that's Lewis. Alright, yeah, it's going to be difficult to hold that around here, isn't it? Oh, here we go. That didn't work, did it? I remember that's Anthony, or that's Anthony Seddon, or Alan Caulfield going past me. That's a bit unfortunate. So they're running third on the track, I think, at this point. That was really unfortunate. So I'm just lining Lewis up for an overtake, and the Anthony Seddon racing car gets involved. Yeah, if I'd have been closer, I possibly could have followed them through, but see, why can't I do an outside move like that? Yeah. Just need to figure some of these things out. I definitely need more passing moves in my toolkit because I tend to have just a few sort of standard moves that I try, and in this race it's down here going into Paddock Hill Bend, but that relies on them moving for me, or going up into Druids. I tried this wide line, or it's the standard racing line actually, and tried to undercut them coming around here, but I never seem to gain enough speed. So the next one is V'ing off Druids and trying to get in there, but of course most people, like, he's just seen it coming and moved over. And then my other one is just getting the best line I can out of Graham Hill Bend here, and then out dragging them down to Surtees, and that did work on a couple of occasions. I think you saw me do that with Ben, but and one other. I can't remember who the other person was. Now that, I think, was Connor. Yeah, look, he's gone really wide, so here's brilliant opportunity for me, and yeah, haven't made it. There was one point where I was going into clearways in a real scrap, and you change down to third to go around clearways, and I changed down into second. I couldn't believe it, and it's such a stupid thing, and so I lost so much speed that the person I was fighting with just left me for dead. There's such a big jump in these cars from second to third. If you make that mistake, it's very costly. Okay, let's move forward. Yeah, still battling with Lewis, you can see. Oh, and yeah, this is right at the end of the race. So Jack has gone down the inside of me, and I'm fairly certain, and I need to check the sheets, I just about managed to keep him behind me. I mean, he's sort of to the right of me there and just out of camera shot, but I just about managed to hold him off. Yeah, there he is, yeah. But having said that, he's like one lap up at least. Yeah, I think he's a lap up. Let me have a look. Yeah, so he finished on lap 77 and I finished on lap 76. Yeah, so he's one lap up. Okay, and that's the end of the race. Well, as you saw, lots of opportunities for me to improve, but I have to say it was such great fun. I had so many good battles, and it was really nice seeing everyone after the long winter break. So I don't regret a minute of it. And next race is Thruxton, so that's a track I've never raced at before, so we'll move on to that one. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll catch you on the next one.